Hi guys, it's me, Jeannie, the Witch of Boise, and I'm here to do your pick a card reading for the new moon in Gemini, and it's also a Cancer cusp that's happening on Tuesday, June 28th, 2022, and these are your messages for that time frame. Now, before we begin, make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me which one you chose, and if it resonates with you, I love to read those comments. All interactions that you do with this video, it does help build my channel, so I really do appreciate those likes, comments, and subscriptions. If you want to see what I'm doing on a daily basis, I'm most active on Instagram. My handle is Witch of Boise, all one word. Also, if you are interested in booking a private reading with me, go check out my website, witchofboise.com, to book. Now, these are general readings, so if it resonates with you, that is awesome. Again, I do want to hear all about it. But if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. So you can watch all three of the choices, just kind of pick and choose which one kind of goes with your situation. Also, how I chose these selections, there are 3 stones. I shuffled them and corresponded with the Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. And these are all stones that are associated with Cancer according to that Crystal Bible. Okay, so I also want to say too, that if you come across this new moon in Gemini messages reading, and it's not a new moon, or it's a new moon, it's not in Gemini, that is totally fine. This is a timeless reading, so there's a reason why you're being guided today to view this. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so we have 3 choices. So we have number 1, which is Aquamarine. Number 2 is Calcite. And then number 3 is Citrine. So pick a cad, any cad, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna start with number 1, which is Aquamarine. And in this deck, it means communication. Very beautiful. Also in the Crystal Bible, Aquamarine is also about courage. It's calming energy, reducing stress, sharpens intuition, clears blocked communication. So you had one song that came during this entire reading, and I'm telling you, I jammed out the entire time, and it was Purple Rain by Prince. You should have been there when I was going through these. Oh, I love that song. Okay, so I'm just gonna get all of your cards out. Okay, so your overall energy is going to be number 46 in the reverse, and that is raccoon. And what that means is it's adjusting your attitude and your outlook. It's trying to change focus so you can create more self-esteem. And it's being generous and compassionate with yourself. Balance yourself out. So there's an energy that's already kind of coming to me with just these 2 cards, is that you need to make sure that you are communicating your feelings and communicating what's going on, because people aren't going to understand what is happening, especially if you're really into a spiral situation. And it's also just making sure that you are taking care of yourself. So there's something that is happening with you for the people that chose this Aquamarine, that it's a very weird energy that's happening. So let's see your tarot cards. You got the 10 of Swords, the Moon, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then Strength in the reverse. So this is totally an energy that's happening where you are not, you're not feeling yourself. And I feel like a lot of you have really not reached out. You've kind of just really held a lot of it in. And it's time to really communicate to people, especially who has hurt you. Now, for some of you, this is not going to be for everyone that chose this, but for some of you, you are dealing with a death, a recent death. And I say recent, I would say within the last like 5 years. but you're struggling with that. Now, if you haven't experienced death or not, or in that kind of headspace, this is also an energy that you've been backstabbed. It's been really kind of like a blindside energy where someone was very deceitful and hurt you, and it was like out of nowhere. It wasn't something that was slow, but it was just really a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing. Things are really unclear right now. And I think a lot of that is because you're not communicating with others, you're not communicating with yourself. And I think there's just a really heavy energy that's happening right now too. And things are going to start to, I don't want to say change, but a lot of fast moving energy is coming towards you. And this might get you a little bit out of this rut. It might change your direction. But really on that raccoon in reverse, where it's being generous and compassionate with yourself. And it's changing that focus too. So you might just be really, really into this really heavy energy that's happening. And it's time to be really kind of light and have fun and not take things so seriously. And it's really hard to say that, especially if it's a physical death that's happening. But you're allowed to live your life. And that's so hard sometimes because you feel so guilty. But you have to live your life. You have to have fun. And you don't have to be strong all the time. I think the thing is that you put up a really good front, a really good, like, I don't need help. I don't need people to come and help me. I can do this on my own. And it's okay if you can't. It's okay to ask for help. This is also a time to really get courageous. It's with the Aquamarine and that courage with the strength in reverse. This tells me that you really need to just get the courage and do what you need to do. And I think a lot of that is that communication where it's really hard to ask for help. It's really hard to communicate with how you're feeling because sometimes you don't even know how you're feeling. And a lot of that will really help by journaling too. All right, and then you have the Waite tarot, sensitivity. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So I honestly feel like you're in a really rough spot. You're very sensitive, so just be aware of that as well. And really take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Then we have summer solstice, and that's radiance. And it's really interesting because this is being filmed on the 20th, and then the 21st is actually on Tuesday. It's the summer solstice. And it just feels like things are going to start to change in that solstice energy. And I feel like there's going to be a shift that's happening during this summer solstice to the equinox. So you just need to really communicate, change focus, have fun. It's summertime, summer. Then we have fog, veiled. And I feel like a lot of things are really veiled for you. And because you're really you're in this heaviness and it's hard to see outside of it. So it's time to lift that veil and look at things and from a different focus, a different perspective. And it's okay to live your life. It's okay. It's okay that even if you're in all this heaviness, it's okay to have fun. Then you have Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. So this is, for me, it's almost like an energy of luck. And in order to receive this fortune, is that you have to have the opportunity, and that means getting yourself out there to receive those opportunities, to get those opportunities in order for that fortune. And then you have Barmbrack, which is sweetness and synergy. And this is the thing where it's like, be compassionate, be sweet to yourself, and just let things happen. Let go of control. And it's trying to get out of that headspace and just kind of let things happen. Let this fortune come to you. Have fun. Get that energy out. And then you have 10, Neptune, sacrifice. This is a couple different things. And I feel like very specifically for someone who's watching this message and it's really resonating with them, especially with the death. This is someone that I feel that unalived themselves. And it was almost like they sacrificed themselves. But then alternatively, for I feel like this is the majority of the people that are watching this. This sacrifice is coming from you, where you are trying to almost sacrifice yourself in a way of like trying to change places. And even like with the backstabbing and betrayal energy, that doesn't necessarily have to do with death. It's like you're sacrificing yourself because you're so hurt. And it's like, stop sacrificing yourself. Because the thing is that this happened. It happened. And you don't want to sacrifice your life and sacrifice your soul for this awful, awful moment. And you don't feel like you have to either. And I think a lot of you are like sacrificing a lot of energy towards this. And you can't do that. It's be kind and sensitive to yourself. Have fun and let things come to light the way that they need to. Because I feel like there's also like a mystery in this. Where it's like, why did this happen? Or like with the people that were betrayed or backstabbed, why did they do this? The thing is that answers will come to you eventually, but right now is not the time to seek them. It's time to not move forward, but to understand it in the sense that it happened and then continue to live your life. And then you have the Knot of Isis. And this is part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you're afforded her power, protection, and abundance. 2, you are deepening your connection to the goddess. Now, anytime that they kind of refer to this, where it's not necessarily, unless you're really into like deity work and like an Isis as a goddess, when they're talking about goddess, this means almost like your higher self. It means the universe or whatever you believe in. It's just talking about getting that your power and your protection and your abundance. All right, guys, that is it for number 1. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also, comment below, tell me if you chose it and if it resonates with you. We are on to number 2. Okay, number 2, so we have Calcite, which is relaxation. Cool. So Calcite also in the Crystal Bible means amplifying energy. It's a cleansing, it cleanses energy, it helps with accelerating growth and development. It opens one up to higher awareness and psychic abilities. So especially that we're going to be in Cancer season during this new moon as well, and it's a Cancer cusp, that you're going to be really in tap with your psychic abilities, with your intuition. Open up your third eye because you are going to be enveloped in it. All right, you had 3 songs during this reading. The first one was The Art Teacher by Rufus Wainwright. The second one was Wastes of Time by Elvis Depressively. And then 3, which is like my most emo song in elementary school, was Life in Mono by Mono. It was on like, I believe it was on like a Pure Moods CD. And oh my gosh, you could not tell me anything. That song just like took me back to a place that I haven't thought about in a really long time. And I was just like, oh, I remember. I was so angsty at this song. And it talks about like having tea and cigarettes and all this stuff. And I was like 10 or something. It was just ridiculous. Anyways, back to your reading. So your overall energy this new moon in Gemini is going to be number 41, the whale. And this is the record keeper. You find your voice and your true calling. It's finding your origins, and that will lead you to your own uniqueness. So it's definitely like relax with this calcite, but also like you're going to be trying different things to kind of find your calling, to kind of find what's calling you. And it's a really exciting time too to do that. And I think a lot of you might even be going into like genealogy and seeing like where you've come from, that kind of energy too. So for your tarot cards, you have the King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then the Tower in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. So there's like a creativeness that's happening, and I feel like this is where this like trying to find your own voice, trying to find your own uniqueness is going to be coming, because you're going to be feeling like this fire, this passion, and you're going to be having a lot of stuff that's really kind of, it's going to feel like chaos that's coming to you, and it's going to be really, really quick energy. You might be like looking at other like options for, it could be finding this uniqueness, or it could be just an opportunity of just you have multiple ones. But the thing is that you already know in your heart, in your gut, in your soul, what you need to do. So there's only like one choice. You're going to be presented with a bunch of them, but you're going to be really honed in on that like third eye intuition energy, and you're going to pick what feels right. And I feel like you might be even waiting for like once you choose it to like have everything suddenly change, and it's not going to be the case. It's going to be a really slow process of change. And if you want the chaos, then you can explore those other options. But I just feel like with what you're trying to accomplish, it's going to be a lot more stable and reliable doing it this way. All right, and then we have Exichiel, which is medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. So this might be something that you are finding your purpose in. It could be something that has to do with medicine, so that can be healthcare. It doesn't necessarily have to be like super medical. This can be like with social work, mental health, any sort of like health aspect. This could be something that you are finding your calling for. And I think even finding like natural medicines, even maybe working with like what keeps coming to mind is marijuana, but like finding some sort of niche of that. But that might not apply to all of you, but I do feel like this is something where you need to really be exploring in. Then you have Damara, which is guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So this can also be a part of your calling, which is either your own children. This can be having children. This can be teaching children. This can be working in like pediatrics. Or again, like it's mental health for children, counseling for children, things like that. So really, I say explore those options, kind of look into it and see if something is calling for you. And I feel like that there's going to be some of you that it really does. But this is also just healing as well. And it can be healing like your inner child too, where that can like open up the key of what your calling is for, what you want to do. Then you have Hathor, which is receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So it's really opening yourself up and getting ready to receive things, because I honestly feel like there's going to be chaos that's going to be coming towards you. And it's going to be a lot of energy in that sense. And you just have to be open to receiving it. Then you have mountain strength. So you're going to have a lot of strength for this new moon in Gemini. And the thing is that you are a strong individual. And I feel like you are finding out how strong you are. You're finding out what you can endure, which is really exciting and really beautiful. Then you have owl, wise seeing, wise action. So this is like observing and then going. And that's how I feel, where it's like you've learned, you can sit back and you've learned from others and others' mistakes, and then you can actually start to go. You can definitely go blaze your own trail without any sort of like map to do it. But this is just a really good way of finding out how you want to proceed, how you want to start to do stuff, especially if you're trying to change things up a little bit. Then you have number 29, 5th house, and that's creativity. And this is going to be a really big thing for you, for everyone that chose that Calcite during that new moon in Gemini, is creativity. It's passion, creativity, and you need to really hone in on that. All right, and then you got Divine Guardian. This is a time of significant spiritual growth and healing for you. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of Divine Mother Isis. Relax and allow your transformation to happen. Your Divine Guardian protects you now. Let go. Trust unconditionally in what is happening for you, as there is only divine love beneath the surface of the present situation. Beautiful message, for real. And then you had the Pillar of Light. Pillar of light, burning bright, earth star below, soul star above, burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis, descend your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. And then you have the Divine Sun Child. The blessings of the sun will flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. All right, guys, that is it for number 2. Make sure you do like this video. Tell me if you picked it and if it resonated with you. We are on to number 3, which is citrine. And citrine is about abundance. It is also, according to the Crystal Bible, about energy cleanser. It encourages creativity, cleanses and balances a manifesting stone, and it raises self-confidence. Now, you had 3 songs that came on during this reading. The first one was The Red by Chevelle. The second was Easy, Lucky, Free by Bright Eyes. And then How Are You Doing by the Living Sisters. Okay, let me get your cards all set out. Okay, so for your overall energy during this new moon in Gemini is number 34, and that's grouse. And what grouse means is like a sacred circle. You have to cease all external movement to meditate and connect with your inner self and your inner life. Movement through the physical and spiritual world. So it's a really beautiful, ancient energy that's happening. Really beautiful with that abundance too, with that citrine. Then we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Cups. And then we have Temperance. So really there is a connection with the spiritual world right now with you, and your spirit guides. This could be loved ones that have passed on. They're going to really reach out to you, so you need to really be looking. This is also a time to really watch and balance and moderate what you're doing. And that's with like alcohol, with things that substances or self-destructive behaviors. You just want to moderate it. It's not something where you need to quit everything unless you want to, but really watch yourself on that. But I feel like you're really going through this really beautiful energy of like letting go of self-doubt, letting go of the negative talk. And I think you still catch yourself kind of looking in the past and getting frustrated or upset by what has happened or how people done you dirty, you know, that kind of thing. But the thing is that you are self-reliant, you are strong, you have a lot of stability that's happening. And this is something where you need to really be focusing on home life too. So this is the time where you're going to be really getting a lot of abundance that has to deal with the home and home life. Another thing too, just have to say, you have to make sure that you are present in the moment. Don't stop looking at the past. You're over that. Be present. Then you have Mary Magdalene, which is unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And I feel like that's the first step of actually like receiving manifestations, is just living your life in a high vibration. And love, unconditional love, is like one of the highest vibrations you can have. Then you have Athena, which is inner wisdom. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. Oh my gosh, it's not focusing. Anyways, and this light keeps flickering. All right. So this is just trusting yourself, trusting your own experience, and trusting your own intuition, and knowing how to move forward from it. Then you have Gaia, which is nurturing. And seriously, this is the time to really be nurturing yourself. And I feel like the grouse energy is totally on that, where it's like start to meditate, start to get into your soul searching, and like watch that like soul dance, you know? Just watch that and see how vibrant and beautiful your light's going to come when you start really truly nurturing yourself. And I feel like you are. And I think that you're going to realize like everything that you're wanting to manifest is going to come to you a lot quicker because you're in this like higher vibrational energy. And then you have Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. Now, I feel like you have risen from the ashes, and you're actually starting to create a life and energy that is like above and beyond that you can ever like imagine. And even if you don't think of it right now, you are on this path of it. You're like the phoenix. You rose from the ashes. And you know the thing is that sometimes you're going to have to burn down again. And then you know that you can regrow and come back from it. So you just have that divine protection. And then you have Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. And again, this is something where it's really feeling this home energy and really focusing on the energy that's happening at home. And then you have 8, which is Chiron or Chiron. And it's healing. You are going through this like healing stage that I think that you knew that you were going through it, but I think you're actually now kind of like stepping out of it and realizing how far you've come from where you were before, from where you were in the past. And that's where that like past dwelling shit needs to stop. And you just need to like focus on your healing and focus healing at home. Healing at home, and that home can also be yourself, your own vessel. Your body is your home for right now. So why not heal that? Then you have Chariot of Ascension, which is Merkaba. And this is a spiritual practice that's come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. So cool. And I feel like this is going to be a really big energy that's going with that temperance. So it's really getting attached to your own spirituality and just learning and growing and healing and nurturing. And it's just a beautiful energy that's happening for you, all of the people that chose Citrine. All right, guys, that is it. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also, comment below, tell me if you chose this and if it resonates with you. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to see what I'm doing on a regular basis, I'm most active on Instagram. My handle is Witch of Boise, all one word. If you are interested in having a tarot reading, go check out my website. That's witchofboise.com. And you can see all my other services that I do. I do have seasonal ones as well. So go check that out. And thanks so much for your support. And I will hang out with you soon. Bye!